Mark was talking about how it was a little bit manipulative.
Oh yeah, from Sports Illustrated, sure. Like, but you know, we mentioned this on the show before. Like, do other people need representation? Like, are people heavier now? Is there different body types and stuff going on right now?
Gotta be careful with that word all of a sudden.
And if you look at again, if you look at a lot of the commercials that we're seeing, like I was watching something the other day and I was just thinking, like, does the guy in this commercial need to be this fat? Like, but who are these people that are taking these medications? They're very heavy people, right? And so it makes sense to have the commercial with somebody that's more representative of the clientele of the person that is taking the prescription drug, right?
Yeah, and even in like cartoons and stuff now, like not like Wall-E, but I can't remember which show it was, but like the parents were like, they were really fluffy, like they were overweight when the kids weren't, but like the parents were. And I just remember, like I noticed it, I'm just like, that's weird. I don't remember, you know, the parents like being this big, you know, like they were always like big as in tall and stuff. But now it does seem like they are trying to be like, I guess, make it seem like it's like, oh, look, they're just like your parents or something, you know, something to relate to, which is fucked.
Andrew, could you go to YouTube? Because, all right, while we're on this fun topic of just companies taking advantage of you know, because, you know, it's Pride Month, so all these companies are going to be making commercials like that. And when it was
including
Black
the Power
History
Project, who had a gay couple on the show for Pride Month.
For Pride Month. But, dude, Andrew, type in Lizzo in real tone on YouTube. Has 1.6 million views. This, honestly, I'm like, if people fall for this shit,
is this
it's
right here?
Yes, play that video, dog. This is the funniest. I saw this ad and I'm like, nah, this is like The Onion or some shit. Just historically camera to
complexions have always struggled with having good lighting.
Every single yearbook photo of mine has been terribly shot since I
Give
was
me
a
a
kid.
fucking break, guys.
Show up as too dark or shiny.
Can you pause, Andrew? You weren't standing in the right spot. Like,
dude.
if I like, it's just the way you took the photo. Turn around and get some sun.
Yes.
Boom. But Google, what the fuck?
So what are...
Keep playing, bro. Keep playing.
Are they trying to blame like the way the iPhone works, that it's discriminatory?
They're trying to say like the flash is you know these cameras have been able to take
tones.
Only works for certain tones, but you know darker tone people, well they need the pixel play.
Is this real?
That's real.
Insane. What is this shit? Oh my god.
And they have all these colors behind her just to show.
But I don't know if this is an inappropriate time to bring this up, but I did sit on a black guy in a movie theater one time. He went,
Wait, was he like wearing all black too? Or
and he was very dark. I saw him after the show. He's like, it happened before. He said, he goes, I'm Jamaican.
Oh, fuck. They were just, these
like,
things
oh
just
my
happen,
God.
bro. There ain't no way about it. These things just happen. All dark movie theater, a darker complexion, man. I mean, it's an accident that can happen, right? So,
but really quick, the phone has nothing to do with this image. There's a beauty dish on top of her, creating an amazingly perfect lighting. This is.
that's why I'm happy you're a photographer.
This is
like you know the
amazing.
tech of this shit. Hey, let's keep playing it. It's only
Oh
30 seconds
god,
left.
okay.
This is real.
And
Yeah,
they have
into
the
the
soul.
sun.
They have the soulful music behind. Dog.
All now
These
this
just
is all
normal
bright.
pictures.
Yeah, this is all bright now. All out in the sun.
Oh yeah, take pictures in the sun.
Fuck off.
So companies be doing this shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's a
For
when
sure.
Jordan Peterson said a cheap manipulation, I understood that in other contexts, but in the context of a Sports Illustrated cover, it's just we have 4 fucking covers, bro. We have an old white woman, Kim K, Ciara, and a slightly overweight model. She's not fat. I mean, I'm sorry, it sounded messed
Yeah.
up. She's not obese or anything. She's just more overweight, but she still looks pretty good. So it's not a manipulation of anything. It's just showing these are different bodies that can look good in swimsuits. Even Lululemon, I was in their store and I'm seeing on the backdrop of, you know, they had people that were a bit overweight running because guess what? overweight people fucking run.
They didn't used to have above a size 10 there, and I think they have like 12 or 14 nowadays.
Because guess what?
Yeah.
There are people of different sizes that are exercising, trying to get into the best shape that they can be, and they need fucking clothing.
That's the other side of it too. It's like, how do we know this girl that is on the cover, the one that's a little heavier, how do we know that like she didn't maybe struggle with her weight her whole life? And maybe she dropped some weight in the last 5-6 years and got in better shape and is now a model because of it. I mean, it's not like she wasn't a model previously either.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, is like she's an actual model. How much weight, how overweight is she? It's like, I don't even know. That's not for me to determine or really any of us. But like, if we're just trying to be like really honest in terms of, getting off like excess weight, it's like, I don't know, maybe there's 20 there to lose, maybe 20 or 30, but like, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Like in this day and age with all the modern conveniences that we have, people are massively overweight. Do we need to have a little bit heavier people probably represented? And would it be nice for people to talk about it more and for people to imagine if this girl has a message that entices other women, that helps other women feel empowered, not to stay the same, but to make improvements, to make progress. Because nothing is necessarily about perfection. That's what we used to be sold. And I think people are smart enough to realize it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Where are you now? And can you get a little bit better? And maybe this inspires some people to say, hey, look, there's a lot of women that would die to have that figure, is my point.
Yes.
Right?
Power Project family, how's it going? Now on this podcast, Mark, Andrew, and I, we talk about fasting a lot. We talk about the ketogenic diet and a lot of different types of diets. But Bubs Naturals has a product. They have the collagen protein, which is amazing. They have these apple cider vinegar gummies, which are like crack. But they have
They are.
they have these MCT oil powder packets that I've never used to do this, but in the morning I'll wake up and I'll put it in coffee, and the smoothness, number one, in terms of the mixing, is amazing, but the consistency of my energy through the day because of the MCT oil powder is peak. Andrew, how's your experience with it?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. It's like the best way to start the day. You're satiated, you're energized, and you're just ready to crush the day. So if you guys want to get in on this MCT oil powder, head over to bubsnaturals.com and at checkout, enter promo code Power Project to save 20% off your entire order. Again, Bubs Naturals, promo code Power Project to save 20% off. Links to them down in the description as well as the podcast show notes.
And another aspect of it is, we're in fitness, right? We talk about, trying to gain muscle, trying to lose body fat. But one thing to understand is even though we do look the way we do, right? If you're a guy who's 16, 20% body fat or whatever, and you're healthy, but you have a healthy lifestyle, you're working out, everything's good, and you feel good, that's fine. You don't have to have 10% body fat, a fucking six-pack, veins going everywhere. You don't need that.
What does your wife or girlfriend like? Ask them.
The main thing we're talking about is trying to be healthy. You can be healthy and look like her. Truthfully, it's like there's this idea.
100%.
Yeah,
it's not like she's going to die earlier because she doesn't have that much extra weight on her.
She's not
where it's
obese.
detrimental,
right?
not
Exactly. So it's a very, I guess, again from JB, Jordan Peterson. It's a very interesting. Not beautiful. Trying to manipulate us. Like, I get what he's saying. I do get what he's saying because there are companies do that shit right now. Companies are doing a lot of things to try to appease to a certain type.
Fucking doing the best they can. They get put in weird situations. Starbucks years ago, they asked a black person to leave their facility, and then it started a whole thing. And then, if you guys remember, Starbucks was shut down for a day around the whole country, and they had to have meetings about, which is it's an interesting thing, but they got to coach their people on how to not be racist or something like that. I mean, it's just weird. But again, I think companies are trying to do the best they can when it comes to Sports Illustrated. They're trying to get people to talk about it. And they did a good job because we're sitting here talking about it. And so is everybody else.
Yeah. One thing I did want to break down, though, was just that the fact that I guarantee you.
Breakdown.
Yeah. I've been a photographer for many, many years. I'll go full screen on this. And then actually, let me break down the other images first. So of Ciara, who is, naturally it's going to be hard to take a bad picture of her.
Yeah.
But what are they doing? So real quick, there's a shift in her foot placement. So it's going to put more weight on her front foot, which is closest to the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that's gonna put a bigger curve in her butt.
Yes, it did.
But then also they have her turned completely sideways. So her butt's gonna look twice the size of her whole body because she's like, like I said, she's already thin, but they put her sideways. So it makes her look even better. Not a fan of the hand there, but of course the chin turn and everything, that all looks freaking incredible. Kim Kardashian's gonna be really hard to take a bad picture of her. But again, we'll look at the foot placement, like heavy offset here. So that's going to create an amazing curve right there. The back is arched really hard. So that's going to make her butt look even bigger and make her stomach look even smaller. The arms come down as like a triangle. So it's going to make her look a little more slimming. Also going to make her boobs look bigger because they're going to be pushed out. And she's a fucking dime piece. So
I think something's changed too. Like if you go back to her photo, I think there's been some kind of small changes over the years. Like, see how she kind of has like a crease there?
Yeah.
In the leg.
They would have edited that out in the past.
I think, in the past they would have gotten rid of that. But now I think that's more desirable in a way. Like, showing that you got some like kind of meat back there.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that crease, by the way.
Yeah, it's attractive.
Same.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Again, the way people look at attraction in mainstream media is different. That ideal body is curvier now than it was in the 90s, 80s, 70s. So they're eating with it.
It's definitely has changed. But it's what I mentioned to you guys in an audio message back and forth was like, it's kind of interesting that we still haven't landed on like someone being like muscular. Like we still don't see that. Obviously from the men's side, we see that.
Yes.
But we still don't see that from the women.
Yeah.
Like, dude, imagine the fucking controversy that would hit. It would be a crazy shitstorm of stuff that would happen if you put like Brooke Ence on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
People would be like, she looks like a man, and you'd get all these people saying all these wild, crazy things.
Yeah.
Or even like a Brooke Wells who has a softer look, but is still jacked as fuck and has abs.
Yeah.
It's just we just haven't gotten there yet. Like people are still really, I don't know if they're like intimidated or what the deal is, or if they just literally think it's like, again, I think sometimes that men and women don't understand. Like a guy might say, I don't want a muscular woman. But then
you don't until you have one.
Yeah. Or until someone's in front of you where you're like, wow, that looks incredible. Because there's different versions of it, right?
There's different versions.
Like maybe you don't want a girl that has like a giant neck and giant traps and forearms and stuff. Maybe, right? But they don't. A lot of women that train hard don't end up really looking like that.
Most women that train hard aren't like jack. You know what I mean? Like
it takes a lifetime.
It takes a lot to look jacked. But, it is funny. You bring up Brooke Ence, Brooke Wells, a lot of these more muscular women that look amazing. But in that comment section, it's an interesting thing. It would get crazy backlash if it was mainstream. But even within their comment section, these are people that pay attention to fitness. They pay attention to CrossFit. They pay attention to powerlifting, whatever. And even a lot of the men within these audiences are like, she's on drugs, or she's too jacked, or she looks like a man. These are guys who pay attention to fitness shit. Now think about the general population who doesn't. Like they're used to seeing just like these type of covers, watching TV. They don't see very fit women. Dude, the backlash that would get would be insane. It would be what we see in our little fitness bubble times a fucking 100.
Yeah. So then let's see. Actually, I'll do it this way. Moving on to, this is Elon Musk's mom.
Is it really his mom?
It is. It is his mother, yeah.
Okay, something I want you guys to pay attention to. You see how the arm placement, we like patterns, so these are triangles, but also what these do is they make the midsection look even smaller because you have all this dead space right here. And that's going to make her look slimmer. And then also they have her leaned up against something. People think it's just there for an ornament, but I guarantee you this is meant to cover something that we didn't want to see in here. And
She's
also
probably to get a chance to shave.
Yeah. And then also even just leaning.
Come on, that was good. That was good.
Leaning up against
put the bush
something.
there, you know?
That was better.
Leaning up against something as an older white lady, she might not have a lot of junk in the trunk, so that's going to help push some of that out. Let me go to this picture before I go to the main picture. Oh. So she's gorgeous. She's a bigger, like full figure woman. I think that's what they call them. But notice, butt way back out. Again, hard arch, the exact same pose as Kim Kardashian. Like there's kind of almost like a script. Once you nail one pose down, you can kind of get it down for just about anybody.
Yeah.
Notice the arms cover the slightly bigger belly than what we were used to in a swimsuit model. But yeah, so amazing job there.
And that was 2016.
2016, so not that long ago.
Yeah.
And then let's go to, what's her name? I've already forgot.
Yumi Nu.
Yumi Nu. Okay, now I guarantee you they took thousands of pictures of her that looked way better than this. She's so pretty that like it'd be very hard to take a bad picture. They didn't take they didn't select the best picture for this cover, and I think they did that shit on purpose to emphasize some of the things that they were going for.
I also want to say, when you and Mark were mentioning this pre-podcast, I was like, dog, wait, what are you guys talking about? I didn't get it, but as you explain, I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah,
you're right.
so we'll start again from the feet, because that's usually where a pose will start. Her legs aren't that quite shifted. They're not that, like the right foot's a little bit forward, but not that far forward. So that doesn't create much of a like roundness over here on this side to try to emphasize a woman's figure. Hand placement. So remember on the last one where the arms were way out.
Yeah.
So this now makes her hips go from right here all the way to over here past her elbow. Okay, so like that just mushes all into one thing. The bathing suit, this swoop here is gonna just make it seem like her boobs go from here all the way down to here. Same with that side. That's not a good selection there. Her chin, I would have liked it to be a little bit taller and higher, so that way it just makes her jawline look even more sharp. Also, like the camera could have been even higher. You see, like when chicks do selfies, they go up from up top because it hides a lot of stuff. So again, I think that they chose an image that was that just highlighted some of the things. Oh, and then the other main thing too is this bathing suit right here. Like this is such an easy Photoshop job if they wanted to.
And they do Photoshop, like let's not like they used to Photoshop a lot of stuff. They still do Photoshop shit, and they chose not to, which I mean I think is good in a way.
No, I think so too. But like they could have picked a different bathing suit that doesn't have this gigantic front panel and that hugs her hips right here. That also emphasizes this little extra. I'll say it's a little roll right there.
It's fine.
But again, like there's a lot of stuff here. Like same with all this here. Although I'm a fan of it, they could have easily photoshopped some of that out. And again, like just the hand placement's freaking terrible.
Kind of looks like
image.
it's in between like poses and stuff too.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It looked, So I just, like I said, there's a lot that they could have done to better this image. Like even just her foot placement would have helped a ton. But I think they were going for an image that's going to emphasize like, hey, she's a full figure model. Look at us.
Power Project family, a lot of the guys in the audience said that they hate me whispering. So I won't whisper anymore. I'll just whisper here again. So go ahead and comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out all our sponsors here in the bio or the description. Okay? All right. Bye.